I'm starting a new project, and it is a desk. This is a desk for my grandson at college. He's going to college, and he needs something like this in his room. And I started doing some cherry for the legs. There are 8 legs. They have this tapered lower section down to the floor, kind of like a Hepplewhite style in a way. But this is not going to be a big decorated piece of furniture. It's very basic. And to do that tapering, what I did is just use the bandsaw to cut the taper. First of all, I've got this all in SketchUp, all the detail in SketchUp, so, and also a full-size template out of SketchUp, so I could place this on the surface and then scribe the taper line on the square rough piece, and then I just bandsawed one face. That's 2 cuts. I just hand bandsawed. The tapering goes all the way up to this line here, but I stopped the bandsaw. You can see where I stopped it, much lower than down here, because I wanted to make sure that when I used hand planes to smooth this out, that it left some protection here so that I wouldn't go beyond the line. I want to make sure that this taper does not go above that line. I need that square right to that line, because the rails connect right to that line with a mortise tenon joint. So I just without any fencing or guidance or stuff, just hand cut on the bandsaw that taper line up to this point. And that meant that a part of this would fall away. Two parts would fall away, and then I taped those 2 wedge pieces that came away, and glued or taped them with this blue tape. Taped them back on to the to the tapered part, and then rotated it 90 degrees and bandsawed the other 2 lines. And of course that resulted in 4 waist pieces here for each leg. You can see that second cut. You can see where my pencil line, oops, I got this upside down. And so it was taped together and bandsawed. So these are the waste products. Now, I've used hand planes then to work that face of each of these tapers and get a nice smooth. Also used the hand planes on square part of the leg. Now I've got 4 more of these to do. I'll grab one of these rough. So here's how it looks when it's roughed out. You can see where my bandsaw stopped. And now I need to start the hand planing, and there's a big bump right here where I stopped that cut. And I've got my line here, so I know where to stop the hand planing. Let me just do a little bit of that. I've got 2 planes I'm using. I like to start with this number 6. That seems to work quite well. And I start by trying to knock back this area where the bandsaw stopped, and it's starting to work its way back to the line. Now I'm looking for a pencil. I like to just make some marks here with a pencil so I know it's easier for me to see where I've worked it. There you can see I'm back up into here. Still, I have pencil in this area here. And I'm just now starting to get a little bit of that lower taper into the so that's looking pretty good, and I'm getting a nice surface almost all the way down. And I'm close to the line here, and I've hit almost everything but just a little bit down at the very foot. And that's it. So also, I want to make sure that this was cut with a table saw, so I want it hand planed. And I'm looking at the grain here to see if this direction is still okay. And that just takes a couple swipes. The grain tends to come up in here, leaving a little roughness, but that's good enough for now. So then I just do each of the 4 surfaces, and I look at the grain direction here to know whether to have the planing in this direction or do the planing in the opposite direction. So this surface, again, I can start it here, pencil marks, so I can see where I'm headed with the plane. The only smoothed out area is right in here. Yes. Yeah, that's got that. And this should work same direction. And that's good.